welcome to the online ophthalmology classes in Ad-Din Women Medical College for 5th year student. Today's topic is eyelash disorder. This is the continuation of the previous two lectures in eyelid diseases. Today is the last lecture for eyelid disorders. Today's main subject is eyelash disorders. First of all, what are the disorders of the eyelashes? These are: number one is trichiasis. Trichiasis means misdirection of lashes. Number two, dystrichiasis means extra row of lashes. Usually two rows of lashes are present normally, but here in dystrichiasis extra row of lashes are present. Number three, madarosis, that is loss of lashes. Sometimes it called scanty lashes. Number four, trichomegaly, that is long lashes. Number five is scoliosis, the graying of the lashes. These are the disorders of the eyelashes. Next condition is anomalies in position of the lid margin. This is very important for the student. Lid margin position anomaly. Number one is entropion. Number two is ectropion. Number three is ptosis. These three are very important for the student. Next is lid retraction. Next is symblepharon. Another condition is blepharophimosis, lag of ophthalmos, blepharospasm. These are the condition in eyelid margin disorders. Now come to the one clinical condition, that is ptosis. What is ptosis? Ptosis means abnormal drooping of the upper eyelids. Normally upper eyelid covers 1/6 of the cornea, that is 2 mm of the cornea. When eyelid drops more than 2 mm, we call it ptosis. Types of ptosis. Types are mainly two. One in congenital, that is patient or baby born with drooping. Another is acquired ptosis. Acquired have different etiological types. One is neurogenic ptosis, myogenic ptosis, aponeurotic ptosis, mechanical ptosis. These four are the main acquired ptosis. What are the neurogenic ptosis? In neurogenic ptosis, mainly third nerve palsy, Horner syndrome, ophthalmoplegic migraine and multiple sclerosis causes neurogenic ptosis. Myogenic ptosis, that is myasthenia gravis, ocular myopathy, myotonic dystrophy and oculopharyngeal muscular dystrophy. These are the myogenic. Next is aponeurotic ptosis. It is very common, mainly senile ptosis or involutional ptosis, sometimes after postoperative complication or traumatic effect. These three are the aponeurotic ptosis. Another is mechanical ptosis. In mechanical ptosis, due to lid tumor, multiple chalazion over the lids, lid edema and some cicatricial reaction in the lid, which causes drooping of the upper eyelid. These are the etiological classification. I again say the acquired ptosis are neurogenic, myogenic, aponeurotic and mechanical. What are the clinical types of ptosis? We divide the ptosis into mild, moderate and severe form. In mild, it is 2 mm in measurement. In moderate, 3 mm. In severe type, it is 4 mm. By treatment, we can calculate the levator palpebrae superioris muscle function. Normally, the LPS muscle, that is levator palpebrae superioris muscle, is normal function is 15 millimeter. When it is 8 millimeter and more, we call it good. When it is 5 to 8 millimeter, we call it fair. When it is less than 4, it is poor function. Ptosis treatment depends upon the LPS muscle function. Average condition, eyelid have main two functions. One is closing of the eyelid, it is due to the orbicularis oculi muscle, and lifting of the eyelid, it is mainly due to the levator pulporis superioris muscle. If levator pulporis superioris muscle is weak, then ptosis develops. What are the treatment of ptosis? Treatment is mainly surgical. If ptosis is mild, only we just the surgical name of the operation, that is in mild ptosis we can do the mainly tarsoconjunctival resection. This is the surgical name, tarsoconjunctival resection. When ptosis is moderate, we can do the LPS muscle resection. If ptosis is moderate, we can correct it by sling operation, that is the frontalis, we call it again, that is frontalis suspension with fascia lata. These are the treatment of ptosis. Now we come to the next topics, that is entropion. In entropion, what is this? It is inward rolling of the lid margins. When lid margins rolled inwards, we call entropion. It may be congenital and acquired. In acquired, it may be senile like involutional, it may be cicatricial or mechanical. Treatment is by surgical correction. In entropion, there is so many complication is there. That is when entropion, that is lid margin rolls in, that is eyelashes constantly rub the cornea. Patient complain of severe irritation, foreign body sensation, pain, redness, photophobia, like this. When we examine the patient, you see the eyelid margin rolled in and eyelashes constantly rub the cornea. Treatment is surgical correction. Our next important term is ectropion. Ectropion is reverse to the entropion. It is ruling out of the lid margin. When lid margin ruled out externally, we call it ectropion. It may also be congenital, it may be acquired. Acquired have senile type, that is involutional, in old age events, cicatricial, mechanical. Classification is same like entropion, only paralytic ectropion is more there, that is in 7th nerve palsy there is a paralytic type of ectropion occurs. In that case, epiphora always complaining of the patient. In ectropion, treatment is mainly the surgical correction. These three are the clinical types. Every student should know these three definitions: what are the ptosis, what is entropion, what is ectropion, what is its clinical types, what is its treatment. Up to this, I like to conclude my lectures. 3 days lecture part 1, part 2 and part 3 in eyelid disorders. This is much enough for the student of undergraduate level. Thank you very much.